everybody, welcome back. This is a little bonus episode for you guys. Episode 15.5. Obviously, I'm with James again. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, we only did half of the tier list in the previous episode, so might as well just finish it off now. Yeah. Firstly, how are you, James?
I'm great. I'm just carrying the world on my back as per usual.
Obviously, you can't. The world can't function without their subway artists.
Exactly.
So,
if it wasn't for me, the world would be starving. That's all I'm saying.
that is fair. That is fair. But let's get into this. Let's get back into this one. We ended it with Paulo Pinto being the next one, so let us go straight into that one. So we got Paulo Pinto as our next elite champion. Where do you want to put him?
This is a tough one because when I think of him, I always think he's won more than one title. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. Part of me says he belongs in C just purely because of how long he's been back and forwards between Master and Elite so much, but never really stayed in Elite for long. And I mean, he did an iconic name.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, he did go from Elite to Master. Obviously, was part of your team for quite a while.
He was indeed.
Was also part of Jaguar. Obviously, he had a little tiny retirement, then came back and absolutely stormed through the leagues again, back to Elite. But obviously, retired when he got to Elite.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see what it. See, basically, just because of the longevity of his career and how he hasn't won more than one title, it's deserving of one. Yeah, it's not deserving of a B, but C is.
Yeah, I think C is fair. Yeah.
All right, next one is Jasper Kuzmans. Where would you want to place him?
This one I feel bad because it's like I feel he's going to keep going up on the list. He's not going to stay in the category we put him in. But he's won one Elite title. He's still in Elite. I think he's going to be in Elite for quite a while. I don't think he's got any plans to relegate or anything.
Yeah,
looks fairly comfortable. I think he's not been around for. Oh no, I was going to say he's not been around for a while, but he did play in season 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I think it was it Jasper? Yeah, and I knew there was one, but yeah, came back after God knows how many seasons.
Yeah, played the early stage of it. Yeah.
So for me, I think a bit like Alpo, the quick rise is quite good, but obviously with Jasper, he's not had a chance to stay up and make it last, but I think it will. But for now, I'd go C with him, purely just for,
No, I agree. I agree. We basically, obviously, with the previous episode, the previous podcast, we did say we're basing it off the fact that season 81 would be the very last season. There's not going to be any more, so we can't base their position on future, because obviously it wouldn't be fair for the retired people. So we will just base it on what it is currently. If you started late, then that's your fault. But Jasper, for future, definitely could be an A or top B or even an A or an S manager. But for now, yes.
I mean, he's only relegated once, which is quite impressive. He came through fairly quickly after returning. So for me, see.
I mean, the season that he relegated, they actually missed the race, so can blame him.
That explains it all. There we go.
It's all his fault. But I mean, C is fairly okay for that. All right, next one is Petr Totev. Now, this might
throwback.
This might ruffle a few feathers, and I would class him A only because of what he did. Obviously, only been here for 5 seasons and then left after that. But won back to back to back, absolutely dominating the scene. Like finish
It's
on a high.
iconic.
I know, like he was the original Roland. Like he was just the guy that you could never touch up there. Like even though he only did 5 seasons, he was just insanely good.
The seasons he won as well, especially his first one, they were like, it was unbelievable. Like, no, it wasn't even a championship fight. It was just hands down easy win kind of thing.
Yeah. So the first season in season 3, he won it by 54 points, then by 43 points, and then by just 1 point.
Third one was a bit closer. Yeah.
That's probably why he left, because he was like,
started sweating, couldn't take the pressure.
Yeah, but I'll put him below A, just because of how.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Of dominance.
Just for the sheer, is the opposite of the other people in here. Those ones had that they lasted in the league. They did so many seasons, but Peter was the opposite. He did so few seasons, but he won so many of them.
Yeah,
and for me, that's very impressive.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, he's like the only manager to have won in every single elite season he's been in. Fair is only 5, but and Fair
still
is
impressive.
Only, can't deny that. Yeah, definitely A for me. Obviously, if anyone's disagreeing, let us know in the GPRO thread. But A is definitely where we feel he deserves to be. All right, this is the guy that Dunnex really, really hates, Joao Montero. Man, he really hates it. I don't know why. Or him. Where do you think?
2021.
I know, yeah. Where do you think he rates?
For me, it's not 2 titles, being in elite multiple times, being up there quite often, but then did kind of fall back down, reset to rookie. Didn't really come back from that, didn't make it back to elite. Yeah. So I'd probably say somewhere in C, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously currently all the C managers will just have 1 title, whereas Joao has 2. But I agree with you. He's just not consistent enough to be able to be placed into there. Like when he came back and he did the reset, he didn't blitz through his groups. And he actually once he reset in season 47, he didn't actually make it back up to elite at all. So
I'm looking at it here and I'm seeing, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons in amateur after the reset. That is quite that probably would give you a run for your money.
I mean, if you see, I mean,
that's a lot of amateur seasons.
I mean, obviously,
especially when you consider that rookie reset, not many seasons after winning a title, and then just doesn't really come straight back through. Promoted straight out pro, but then
he didn't
with a negative balance.
He didn't promote. He didn't promote.
Oh, sorry, he won his group, but he went negative. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, with Mitchies, if you don't win your pro group with Mitchies, you're kind of not doing it right.
Hey, yeah, true.
But yeah, I'll put him top of C just because he's won more titles. Fair. But I don't think above C is kind of deserving of him. Yeah. Sorry, man, but
it's brutal.
Get back up to elite, and we'll decide differently. All right, next one is Rimantas, a guy that you feel should be deserving of a Hall of Fame spot.
Yeah.
Where would you want to put him?
He has been around for ages. Like when I think if I had to name 40 managers in elite, like just from all time, if I had to pick like top 40, it'd be one of the first names on it. I'd probably name him before. He'd be one of the first champions on him. It's just he's not been in for consistently long periods of time, really, recently, but he's always bounced back, kind of thing. Dropped down, rebuilt, came back. is an icon of elite for me. He's stayed in one team for God knows. He's been in Tiger for God knows how long.
So he's been in Tiger since. Well, he's been in two really good teams. So the first team he was in Fastline Racing, who was just back in the day, they are like the Jaguars, the Jaguar of the time. And then moving to another powerhouse, which is Tiger Racing since season 22. So, nearly over 60 seasons.
Yeah, it's a long time. It impresses me. I think the only thing I can take away from the fact is he's only got 2 titles.
But
I feel like he's won more. For me, he is all. I group him with the 4-time champions and stuff, just purely for.
Yeah, I put him. I can't put him in B.
I wouldn't go A category, but I wouldn't go B category if that makes sense. It's sort of like
we'll put him bottom of A just because
bottom of A. Yeah,
just that he's like I said, he's one of the greats. Like he's always been an icon. Up and around. Yeah, like even that, like nowadays, season 78, season 80, he finished third. Season 78, he was finished with 103 points. I mean, he did really well. And then, he had 90 points in season 80, so he was challenging for titles as well. Whereas the other ones in B kind of
faded, never really.
With the exception of Joachim, like you haven't really they haven't really had like that kind of consistency within the top. So
I agree with that. Yeah.
Bottom of A is definitely fair for him.
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
All right, now a guy who actually made it into the Hall of Fame, Jukka Sereni. Obviously, he once he won his 2 titles, he instantly went to become an admin of the game.
Yes.
So, what's your thoughts?
For me, I hear a lot of stories about him. Obviously, I know a lot of people who've been in the Sant with him and stuff, and he's a very influential guy. He's very clever. I think the 2 elite titles don't tell the whole story, because when you look at his career, constantly in elite and master, there's so much consistency there. It's maybe consistent at a lower level than some of the others in, like the sort of say Christos and Yanis, who were consistently in elite, but he's still been consistently near the top. And his influence on the game as well, I think that is a big thing. That's something a lot of the other title winners do not have. And I think his understanding of the game is just one of the best under that name.
That's I mean, ever since I've done that podcast with him and heard him talking about the actual game and how he plays it and all that kind of stuff, his knowledge in the game is just second to none. Like,
it's incredible.
There's not many people I would call a prodigy in the game, but Jukka is definitely one of those people where
he's just got a natural understanding of it. And
I think the sole reason why, I mean, he even retained an elite with Avons in season 39. I mean, come on, that's like
exactly, that is impressive.
Who even does that? Like,
just you wait and see.
I mean, to be fair, that was the first year that Avons were introduced to. That
overpowered.
I mean, but then he did Avons for the next 7 seasons in Master and retained pretty convincingly. But I mean, where would you want to put him? Do you want to put him where the Rimantas, or do you want to put him?
I'd say around Rimantas.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
Yeah, we'll put him just for them 2 are like interchangeable. Like you can't.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Just one spot. But I can't put him below A just for the fact that I'm pretty sure the admins believed that he was cheating, so they made him an admin.
Probably
just to stop him from racing.
Oh yeah.
And obviously he got placed in rookie 69 at the end of the season, so it's best rookie ever. I mean, you can't deny that. All right, next one is Robert Laszlo, the only Hungarian who's won the Elite Championship.
This one I think might be controversial because I rate him very highly.
So do I.
But not for the titles, for what he's done in more recent seasons. Because when you look at the results, it looks like he's been on the brink of relegating. But when you look at it in more detail, he's been on a tight budget every season. He's returned on pips. He's returned on Avons.
Yeah.
And Dunos as well. He's on pips this season. Will he return? Who knows? But he won the titles and then he's doing something totally different. This is like, for me, that the ability to stay in elite on a budget that small season after season is impressive.
It takes some time. I mean, in his last 7 seasons, he was in 5 different, tire contracts. And like you said, he scored a really, really ridiculous second place with pips in elites. I mean, that's just unheard. I mean, we had Dimitri, who scored 2 points with pippies, but
for me though, that the adapting and understanding of the PHA was, he nailed it, and he's I think he's an adaptable manager, and it took him a while. Well, it took him a while to get established in the elite, but when he has, he's been great. And he's becoming a bit of an icon of elite for me. In that, it's like he's not one of the top guys in elite. If that makes it, like, if I had to visualize the standings, I wouldn't put him as like one of the championship fighters. I'd put him as one of the survivors. He's like the Minardi of elite. He's always there.
He's like the if we put it in like Premier League terms, he's like he's like a what would you put, like an Everton? Like he's not the best, but he's not the worst.
Mid-table, always ends up mid-table somehow.
Like they're guaranteed safe from relegation, but they're never going to be promotion or title chasers. So, but where would you want to put him? Obviously, he won 2 titles as well. So
I'd say maybe B, somewhere around B. I don't think I could put him with Rementas and Yuka because they're on the same titles. I think they've been a bit more influential, but I like what Robert's done, so I'd put him top of B, I think.
Above Jan, you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. Just because it's what Robert's done's unique. I don't think any other champions have pulled off what he's done, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough for me. Personally, I would have put him a little. I mean, Ed Venus, his career was really good. Jan's career was really, really good. Obviously, still going now. Same with Robert. But obviously, Jan relegated down, and he did some relegations and kind of recouped that way. But
I think I think it's more difficult staying in elite and keeping a package going than relegating and bouncing up and down, if that makes sense. Or at least it was, but with the promotion sponsors business, that's changed.
That's fair. Fair enough. Okay, well, we'll get to the next one. It's Lucas Dudek. So
I always forget he won a title.
Yeah, same here. I never associated him with winning a title. Where would you want to place him? I mean, I'm looking at his career now, and he's been in amateur for quite a while.
Yeah, I don't know. He was in elite for quite a few seasons, but he had, I think, 2 or 3 good seasons.
So he had one season.
Back down to
he had 2 seasons. He had 3 seasons where he was in the top 10, and that was it. And that's because he was in Bridges and Mitchies.
Yeah.
I'll put him D, to be honest. Like he hasn't been.
Yeah, but I could. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, I mean, I can't put him above these 5 people.
No, I don't. Yeah.
But I can put them above these 3. Yeah. Sorry, Lucas. Prove us wrong. Get that to elite. But
it's soon.
I mean, but you like you said, if you want to name the top 40 elite managers of all time,
I don't think I'd put. I wouldn't associate Lucas with elite. He's iconic within the game, but not for elite. He's somewhat. I see him as another Federico. Loads of money in amateur.
I mean, it's what you got to do nowadays. But when we do this when we do this in season 90 or season 100, then who knows? It might change.
It'll be all different. Be all different.
At the moment, I'm afraid you're in the bottom tier, my man. this guy here, this bot.
Yeah, no
of a
debate.
man.
No debate.
I mean, what more can we say about Roland Postle, James? What more can we say?
Is it? Well, he's a fellow Northerner, so I like him a lot.
I mean, he's just he's an absolute legend.
Incredible. Yeah.
Very well deserved.
First 9 were flukes. The 10th one's the real test.
I mean,
anyone can win 9.
He did the Peta, won his first back-to-back titles. And then, won another back-to-back, and then but yeah, very well deserving of it, of his first first inductee into the Hall of Fame.
Definitely.
Never finished below top 10 apart from 2 elite seasons.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just insane. Definitely, yeah. I mean, there should be like a Roland tier just for him. But
possible
top of S is definitely the least it can deserve. All right, Manuel Gonzalez, the first ever elite champion.
See, for me, being the first elite champion it's got something special about it. But at the same time, he only did like 3 seasons, and one of them, I think he only did 1 race. So it's like, you can't really say much.
I mean, as like careers based on everyone else's, there's no other way I can put it.
He's only won 3 races in GPRO, and all 3 were in his title winning season.
It's true.
It's impressive that he won season 1. He's got a place in history, but he did nothing else after that. So for me, bottom.
Season 1, he barely won it as well. I mean,
yeah, it was a close one.
Yeah, he's definitely the worst of the elite champions.
Yeah.
Right, next one, Toy Gun Center.
For me, definitely top, but for different reasons compared to a lot. Because when I look at that S category, I see people who work really hard. They're really dedicated, really serious. But from what I can tell from Toy Gun, he was all very opposite. He was really relaxed. Just if anything changed in the game, his first reaction wasn't to work it out, it was to complain about it and swear.
Really? Okay.
That's how it looked on the Ed. When I look through old team threads, that's what I see.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, but from a non teammate side of it, all I see is just a manager who's been on top of his game ever since he went to elite. I don't think he relegated down from elite until he retired. Just an absolute. I mean, he's been in the game so long. He's the only guy that I can see that promoted from rookie to elite without being in pro. So that's just going to show how he hasn't actually gone down, the ranks.
He also did the back-to-back titles for his first 3, I believe.
That's true. Yeah, one of 4 managers who's done that.
Yeah,
so, I mean, Joachim is currently on his second one, so he could do the third.
Close. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would class him as one of the greats. I mean,
definitely, no doubt.
I'll put him right at the top, maybe above Justinas, but below Leandro, just based on
that's
pure. Just because they're still racing and they can.
Yeah.
But Toy Gun Man is still good. That's his absolute.
I still have hope he'll come back one day.
A funny story. I actually added him on Instagram, so who knows?
Oh. Fun fact: Ahmed's got his phone number, so.
I talked to Ahmed then. I need a picture from him for his Hall of Fame induction. So that's why I kind of I've got I added Yari on Facebook as well. So he looked completely.
You're bringing them all out of retirement.
He looks completely different, but yeah, I messaged him. I messaged Yari. I messaged the Toy Gun. Hopefully they reply back. Message Yuka obviously in GPRO. So we'll see.
Dedication.
Exactly. I need the pictures, man. But hopefully try to get them back in the game. But all right, next guy we got Radek.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because he's been in the game for ages, but most of that wasn't in elite, I'd say, I think.
No.
It's been a bit. He's had
been
lots of
amateur
short
more than
bursts.
he's been amateur more than he's been in elite. We can say that much.
Yeah. And when you look at his finances as well, when you look at the results, you think, a bit similar to Robert when he was like, because he's been in elite. He did spend a few seasons in elite in the bottom half, but then when you look at the bank account, it was a bit. How'd you go from 104 million to 8 million in a couple of seasons, especially with the title
winning it? Especially winning it as well. Yeah.
Absolutely blew the bank to win that second title, to say the least. And it was 15 points. It's not dominated.
I mean, his first season was the biggest gap. I think 66 points between him and Christos. But yeah, I mean, in that season, he won. He actually gained money. But I'll put him probably C. I can't put him above Maxim in B. I think Maxim has a more impressive career. So I mean, I'll put him above these guys just because of the fact that
just for the gap, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, he's still racing. He's still doing his best. Obviously, an amateur still with
he could still come back. We'll see.
With $250 million, but
Yeah, taxes, man.
I mean, everyone the Polish guys, so Lucas and Radek, they're both in the same team, and they're both in amateur. So like I said, in season 100, we might see them back up.
Who knows? We shall see.
My next one is Jug, my other teammate.
Oh, not even on the list. Terrible.
Not
worth the time.
We'll put an F. We have a secret F1 down here somewhere.
On a separate sheet,
Three-time champ.
Yeah.
Obviously recent. His driver's called Roland. I mean, what else can you need?
It's all master plan.
Exactly.
My only criticism is played the game for 21 seasons, didn't make it to master, retired, came back, and then made the rise. If he didn't have that first period and it just started from season 56, it'd be great, but kind of dampens it a bit. But still, 3 titles is impressive.
Yeah.
And that they were won pretty well. They weren't scraping.
Yeah, I mean, the first one kind of got marred by the fact that he, opted to relegate the next season afterwards.
Yeah.
So maybe his finances or maybe his packages weren't as consistent as he wanted it to be.
But at the same time, you've got to admire the planning. It takes a lot to relegate straight after a title just to financially rebuild, and then to come back and do a double. That's quite.
Yep, that's true. Only spent 2 seasons in Master after you relegated, and then stayed in the league ever since. Become one of the kind of top powerhouses.
Oh yeah.
3 titles. Yeah, but would you put him above Robert? Would you put him above any of these people?
I don't know. I'd say it's in amongst that.
Yeah.
It's a bit.
We'll put him above just because of the titles that he actually won.
Just the extra title.
Yeah. We'll put him above that. All right, the next one is Vladimir Islentiev.
For my days, but
longevity-wise, definitely a go. Definitely S in longevity.
But saying,
as an actual kind of proper, the mainstay of an elite manager, nowhere near. I'll probably say C, to be honest.
Yeah. But what I do like is the fact that was in elite, did a rookie reset, came back, and made it back to elite and established himself again in elite. And a lot of people, when you look at the careers of a lot of these champions, so many of them from the early days reset, tried to come back, didn't, or came back, maybe did a season, then faded away again. He reasserted himself, dropped back down again, came back up again, and but then gone fairly quiet. I'd have thought for a champion early on, it would have been nice to see him continue that, but as the game's developed, obviously faded away.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't see him being like a B tier champion.
No.
And just
Yeah,
even though he's won a lot,
C.
yeah, even though he's won 2 titles, I'll put him like on the top of C because of the titles that he won. And I believe he would be a much better manager than Radek, who's currently an amateur at the moment, because obviously he hasn't been now an amateur since season 27 when he won it. So, but yeah, I went to our final 2 now. So we got Zdenek Kladik.
It's obviously 2 periods in Elite. First one got the titles. Second one, he was up there.
Yep, second one, he's still.
Quite a lot of seasons where he was there or thereabouts, right up in the top, like top 5.
I mean, in his retirement season, he only raced twice and finished in the podium twice. So
it's impressive. Yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah,
I'd probably put purely on the fact that,
because to me he feels like he feels like a kind of a Rimantas where he goes up, wins a couple of titles, then slowly goes down to rebuild, and then goes back up again and kind of challenges for titles again. Even though he hasn't won any titles, he still proved that he can be part of it.
But at the same time, it took him quite a long time to come back. If that meant like the comeback was a little bit delayed, so I'd maybe be kind of territory.
I mean,
upper B.
Okay, we'll pull him.
I don't know exactly where in amongst that.
Maybe just above Ed Venus then, and
that's fair. I think that's fair.
There. Yeah, that looks about right to me.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've got the final one. I'm not even going to pronounce the name. Sevalod. Yep. Currently still racing, obviously. Only recently just done a season reset, like a rookie reset.
Yeah.
Part of arguably the greatest Russian team in all of GPRO. Where would you want to place him?
For me, even though it's not been in Elite for quite a few seasons now, he's still one of the 40 odd name, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like 2 titles he deserved more, if that makes sense. I
mean, it's not like he didn't try. I mean, even though he's won 2 titles, he's been runner-up 4 times.
Oh yeah, this is what I mean. I feel like those 4 runner-up spots for him to have 2 titles is just it's unfair. Like he did. I feel it's the 2 titles. I can't think of the word. So it's not a discredit to him. It's I think that his ability and
he's just
skill,
unlucky. He's just unlucky in the way that he lost those titles.
Definitely.
I feel like Sevalod is on par with Vladimir, because Vladimir's only won 2 titles and has been runner-up countless times. I also class Vladimir as one of the top 40 elite mainstays. If you talk to me about, if you go to like a sportcool.co.uk, they give you a quiz, say name 40 elites, managers of all time.
Yeah.
Them 2 names will be there. To be honest, I'll put them 2 like next to each other.
Yes, that's fair.
But just because they're so similar.
Yeah.
In careers, and like you said, they're just so unlucky in winning. I mean, they had all the tools to be one. They're kind of like the Liverpool, where they're so close to winning it, and then just not be able to win that title.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, I think it's so hard to rank people so close because it depends what you find more impressive. Like, do you find rising up and down through the ranks multiple times impressive, or do you find staying in elite impressive? It's very opinionated.
Yeah, because obviously
statistically, but statistics don't tell the whole story.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, we put Robert, B, even though he's only been winning twice, but we all know how capable he's been.
Yeah.
Staying in elite, keeping an elite package there and all that kind of stuff, and just managing to maintain there, even with pips, even with Avons. But
it's something different. You know, it's something that the others haven't done, and he's done it successfully.
Exactly, yeah. Having that unique kind of characteristic is definitely important for one of these tier lists. But yeah, we're all done. Our tier list is complete. Any names that are shouting out at you that you might want to change?
I just can't believe Jun Ho's not on this list. He's been robbed of titles season after season.
You know, if I have to do it, then we'll just do. Right, there you go. We'll put your name there as well. You know, why not? So
I think if we're putting us two in here, we'd need to move Roll and Leandro down into here, because I think it's totally unfair to have them in the same category as us.
That is true. So let's just go here. SS. We'll do that.
Yes.
And then we'll put us on there, and then we'll put them for here.
Perfect. Yeah, that ranking, perfect. Yeah, I rate it.
Cool.
Top.
Perfect. So that's the tier list for us. Obviously, us two are just too good. We can't.
We're that good. We just don't even need to be an elite to win the titles.
Yeah, I mean,
we can do it for an amateur.
I mean, us two combined have the same amount of elite races as all 480 million Viper members combined. So you can't.
It's incredible, isn't it?
You can't argue with that. The power of two people is the same as the power of a small country. So so you can't do anything with that, mate. But
it's insane. In fact, just last race, I scored more points in elite than all of Viper in all of history. That's just incredible, isn't it?
I did the same last race as well. So
you did.
Yeah, you can't argue with that, man. I mean, this is pure facts we're talking. This is pure facts. We'll hide us because obviously we don't want to show off and let people do that. But
we don't want to upset anyone.
Happy with the list?
Yes, I am.
Good. We'll keep the list up there. If anyone is wanting to change it or let us know kind of how you would do the tier list, obviously let us know. And we might have a debate in episode 20. Episode 20, the controversial episode.
It is.
But yeah.
Let's hope we don't make any extra controversies from this episode for it. That's the last thing we want.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the Oscars page, we've seen there's definitely been some controversial stuff there, but we won't say anything. We're neutral to everything. We're gonna just leave that to play as it is.
I might slide a note in the next episode for you to give my views on the matter. All 10 words of it.
I mean, you can be part of episode 20 if you want to. I mean, we still got space. We got space for everybody. So, but yeah.
It's turned into a political debate. So
it's not going to end well. But yeah, that's it for this little bonus episode for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it, James.
I did. I loved it.
Good. And yeah, remember, stay tuned for episode 16. We got a former elite champion that I'm going to be interviewing, so look out for that. But yeah, until then, see you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.